Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, it's going to be an interesting one. We're going to be exploring which Godzillas would be able to lift Thor's hammer. Because, there's like a worthiness enchantment on that hammer, and I want to see what Godzillas could pass it. First of all, I'll just set out the rules. Only live-action Godzillas will be counted, with the exception of Zilla Jr., because he's from the same universe as 98 Zilla, and, I want to include him, it's my video. No comic or anime Gojis. The Godzillas I will be using are 54 Goji, Showa, Heisei, 98, Zilla Jr. as like an honorable mention, Millennium, GMK, Kiryu, Final Wars, Legendary, and Shin Godzilla. That makes for a nice, clean 10 Godzillas with, the honorable mention. Also, I will be using the MCU's rules for being worthy of Mjolnir, which are explained by Matt Pat in his own video about MCU characters lifting the hammer, which I'll, pop up on screen now. The reason I'm using his rules, and specifically the MCU Mjolnir, is because it's the only one I've watched. I haven't read any of the Thor comics, I've only watched the Thor movies, so I have a lot more, trust in this than, a comic version. With that out of the way, hit the like button and subscribe for more low-quality content, and let's get into the video. Starting off with 54 Goji, we don't really have much to go off of, since he never really got any character insight in his original film, and he hasn't appeared in a single film since. Well, he hasn't been alive in a single film since. Considering that Kiryu is possessed, the Mechagodzilla, is possessed by the original 1954 Gojira, we actually see a fair bit of evidence that would support him being worthy of the hammer. And yes, I will count Kiryu's actions when he's, gone berserk as G54's actions, because he's the one in control of the mech. The only reason the living G54 attacked the humans was because they killed his family and horribly disfigured him, which I think we can agree is fair grounds to attack him. All the monster wanted was peace with his family, and then the humans killed them all right in front of him. He also sacrificed himself as Kiryu at the end of Tokyo SOS to take Godzilla back to the sea, which in the MCU is one of Odin's main things. If you're self-sacrificing, if you'll sacrifice yourself for the good of others, and you're just a good person deep down, then you're worthy of the hammer, essentially. If we look at it from Odin's perspective, how he made the enchantment, I would say that 54 Goji, if you count the actions of Kiryu when he's gone berserk, would be worthy to wield Mjolnir. Next up is Showa Godzilla, and he's a lot more straightforward. He is a pure-hearted hero through and through, always putting himself in danger when an evil kaiju attacks Earth. He did admittedly have a rocky start, but Thor also went through a journey of growth and regained control of his weapon. In conclusion, if Thor is worthy of holding Mjolnir, then Showa Godzilla should be too. So Showa Godzilla is going to be even more powerful than he already is. Heisei is a lot more interesting since he's more of a wild card. He hunts down villainous monsters like King Ghidorah, which is a good thing, and Odin would commend him for it. But he also attacks innocent creatures like Rodan and planetary guardians like Mothra and Batra. He attacks anything and everything on sight, well, except for his son. He doesn't attack his son, but he attacks pretty much everything else, which is a big no-no in the eye of Odin. Since that is literally how Thor lost the hammer in the MCU, there is no way in hell Heisei is wielding the power of Thor. Besides, I don't think he really needs it. He's powerful enough as it is. TriStar Godzilla is intelligent, so he probably could, understand the meaning of a self-sacrifice, but he was more like an animal than all the other Godzillas so far, and his main goal throughout the movie was to start a family. He never had a reason to perform a good or selfless or sacrificial act, right? He never had the opportunity to or the reason to, so he never did it. He's just a big lizard. Well, he's a very intelligent big lizard, but again, he's just a big lizard. He doesn't self-sacrifice. So no, 98 Godzilla is not worthy. But Zilla Jr. definitely is, considering he was willing to kill his own family member for the greater good. That would definitely be self-sacrifice for the greater good, and, you know, it also shows that he's good-hearted. He saves people, for Christ's sake. Of course he's worthy. Odin could definitely relate to this in the MCU with the whole Hela situation, you know, like punishing a family member for doing something bad. It's difficult. It is difficult to punish family members for doing the wrong thing, but it's the right thing to do, you know? There you go, there's your daily philosophical lesson. Next up is Millennium Godzilla. I'm counting both Godzilla vs. Orga and Godzilla vs. Megaguirus for this guy, since the Godzillas in both the films are literally exactly the same. No, it's Godzilla Millennium, not Godzilla vs. Orga. I don't really care. Similar to Zilla, Millennium never really shows any self-sacrificial or selfless acts, mostly just attacking everything. This isn't as bad as Heisei because, you know, he doesn't attack a planetary guardian. But, you know, he never shows anything that would, like, give him the power of Thor. He's kind of just there, right? He's definitely not, he's like an anti-hero, and an anti-hero would not be worthy of the power of Thor, unless they, like, sacrifice themselves. Anyways, yeah, if you think for a second that GMK is worthy of Thor's hammer, you're dead wrong. He's an evil ghost who attacked 3 planetary guardians, alright? He is not worthy. Next, Kiryu Goji is once again similar to Millennium in that he attacks on sight. However, he once again goes after Mothra, a planetary guardian, akin to the Heisei films. Once again, he wouldn't be worthy of Mjolnir because, you know, he attacked the planetary guardian and he attacks on sight. He even attacked, well, an undead cyborgized member of his own species, but yeah, he attacked his own species. Probably not, you know, he probably didn't realize that, but still. Which brings us to the final 3 Godzillas. Yeah, this is a pretty short video. Final Wars, Legendary, and Shin. Final Wars once again attacks everything on sight. However, he has a little bit more leeway since, you know, all the foes in his movie were mind controlled. So, depending on whether he knew they were mind controlled or not, we might be able to give him some leeway. And considering he didn't kill Anguirus, King Caesar, and Rodan, it's safe to assume that he knew that there was something wrong with these kaiju, that they didn't intentionally want to hurt him. So, we can give him the benefit of the doubt with that. But the main thing is, he did not attack Mothra. He does not attack everything he sees. He attacks things that are his enemies. He respects his allies. Yeah, he only attacks the other mind-controlled kaiju, which, honestly, I'm pretty sure most of them attacked him first. Well, other than Gigan, because, like, Gigan is a villainous kaiju, so... I don't even know. Did Gigan attack Final Wars first? I don't know. And yeah, Monster X too, so... Overall, I'd say if we can make a case for 54 Goji, Final Wars barely scrapes into the worthy category as well. However, one bad action, one really bad deed, would probably get him to lose it. A bit like Thor. Now we have probably the most anticipated Godzilla in this video, Legendary Godzilla. And yeah, he isn't worthy. He still defaults to violence, but that's so basic. He doesn't attack those who don't disrupt the ecosystem or attack him first, which seems like hammer-worthy traits. However, well, yeah, he also ends the Great Titan War with Kong, which, again, is a worthy feat, but he's shown to be a guardian, a good guy. However, he is arrogant, he has a massive ego, and he doesn't really go into a fight with the intention of sacrificing himself. Mothra, Legendary Mothra, actually, pretty much every Mothra would be worthy of Thor's hammer. But, yeah. Specifically Legendary Godzilla, well, specifically Legendary Mothra, like, she sacrifices herself for the greater good. So, she would be worthy. But her, like, the King of the Monsters, Legendary Godzilla, he would not be worthy. He's got some ego problems to work through before he can beat Mjolnir. But everything else makes him a solid candidate. And then finally we have Shin Godzilla. Shin is similar to 54 Goji in that he only attacked the humans because they attacked him first, they partly mutated him. But unlike 54 Goji, we don't have the fortune of a more recent film that goes more in depth with his character. Shin was never really given any form of sentience, right? Shin was a force of destruction. He was not sentient. Like, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes and tell me that is the look of a sentient creature. Shin just doesn't have enough evidence to justify him being worthy of Thor's power, because, you know, he doesn't really have any evidence of anything except destroying stuff. And that's the end of the video. I've been wanting to make this video a reality for a while, and I try to be as unbiased as possible with, you know, not favoritizing some Godzillas to make them more powerful. And, well, yeah. Hit the like and subscribe. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy this low quality content, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.